This is Joe Pugh for the Boxing Voice. Delighted to be joined here in Coventry by the man himself, Mr. Johnny Nelson. How are you, Johnny?
Fine, thank you. I'm good.
Fantastic. We're here for the kind of interviews day, media day / public workout for Sky Sports Boxer Breakthrough Series. First one, Sam Eggington on the card, Karis Artinstall's debut amongst a whole host of other talent. Talk me through the card, Johnny. What do you make of it?
First of all, I'm looking to Sam Eggington. It seems like he's been around forever and a day. I'm looking for the development of Adam because if he, as I said before, if he can translate that little bit of boxing magic that he's got at this level to beyond domestic, beyond European and world level, you've got a star in your hands and you're watching the development, the story of a young fighter. So it's a good bill. It's a bill where all fighters are getting an opportunity to get a bit of spotlight on them. And these guys probably never got the opportunity before, were never given it, because there were more saleable commodities out there. So, and in my, as far as I'm concerned, if you can fight, you can fight. And you should be given the opportunity. Now it's about being a salesman. It's not just about fight. It's about you've got to be the full package. Now this gives a platform to everybody, and so I like that.
Fantastic, and I haven't spoke to you since the last Sky Sports Boxer show. Richard Riakporhe, second round knockout over Fabio Turchi. Excellent performance, a beautiful body shot to finish the show. Talk to me about his performance. What did you make of it?
Proud of him. I think this young man, even before that, he was starting to talk like a champion. He was starting to talk like a guy that believed in himself, and I thought, kid's growing up. You know, the kid now is getting the confidence to match that ability, and I like that. So for Richard, you know, the world's his oyster. I don't expect it to be a world title fight yet. I'm not really bothered if it isn't. But you imagine the fights that are out there for him to have can actually happen as well. So good on him. Good on him.
I don't know if you saw, Johnny, but there was a interview with Lawrence Coley where he kind of insinuated that he may not be with Eddie Hearn going forward. He may not even be with 258 management going forward. If that's the case, surely that could make a Riakporhe, a Coley fight, which is massive in its own right, that little bit easier to make.
If that is the case, yeah. That's simple.
And if that is the case, then surely Boxer will want to get him on the platform as soon as possible.
Yes. If that is the case, yes.
Okay, we'll move on from that one. Okay, we'll talk about Anthony Joshua. It's now confirmed that he will fight in August 20th, rematch against Alexander Usyk. It's not happening on Sky Sports, it'll be on Dazn. I think Dazn have kind of thrown the kitchen sink at getting him. First of all, what do you make of the fact that it's not going to be on Sky Sports? Surely it's a massive loss.
Listen, I'm gutted that we're not doing the show. I'm gutted because it's a great atmosphere. Going to watch Anthony Joshua live, watching the build-up and everything around him. This guy's like, it's a one-off experience that you just can't, unless you can afford it, buy. But you're still going to watch it. Now, as a fight fan, I'm so glad the fight's happening. I'm so glad we're going to see this happening. As the next fighter, I'm so glad he's getting the dollars that he's going to get. You know, as a fighter. So now he knows what Usyk is capable of doing and what he did wrong. So that it's down for him to think, right, this is what I did wrong, this is what I've got to do right. So to me, I just think you give him a second chance. Everybody wrote him off against Ruiz, and I know it's a different kettle of fish. He came back, he adjusted tactics, did what had to be done, and did his job.
Obviously, as an ex-fighter, you know more than anyone that everyone fights for the money at the end of the day, prize fighters. What do you make of people calling Anthony Joshua not a fighter anymore? He's now just a businessman.
He's not just a businessman. He's a businessman as well. He's not just a businessman. So and you look at Floyd Mayweather. Look what he's done. He's not just a boxer. He's a businessman. So what he's done is good business for him.
And likewise, we say Tyson Fury coming out saying to get him out of retirement, $500 million. That could be a little bit excessive, but what do you think?
Half a bill. You know what? If you take big figures, people think big figures, and I'm like you. I don't believe that he's not going to fight again. If I'm honest with you, but I do believe that he'll be able to command a hell of a lot of money when he does.
And obviously, the winner of that fight is the fight that everyone wants, the winner of AJ Usyk. But do you think you could actually push like figures like that with not obviously not 500 million, but massive figures?
Saudi Arabia, you know, there's countries that have got the money that can pay that. So it's a realistic conversation he's having. So yeah, good for him.
And finally, Johnny, I just want to quickly speak to you about Joseph Parker, obviously a massive signing for Boxer. I'm looking down the BoxRec rankings now, I'm looking at all the rankings, and every big heavyweight seems to be in and around a fight, having a fight signed. Maybe not Dillian Whyte, that's a fight that everyone would love to see. But for you, what fights would you like to see in the imminent future for Joseph?
I'd like to see, you know, there's fights that are out there for Joseph Parker, and he's gotten better. You know, he's got more experience now, so now it's about opportunities. And usually when you're a fighter, you go there, you think, right, you know what, I need an opponent. You'll do, you've got a decent record, I'll pick you. You know, he's made a decision that suits his career. He's made a decision that he can see a path. You know, we don't know what path, I don't know what path he's going to go down, but I know there are going to be opportunities out there, because Boxer are about to announce some mad signings that they've done, and people think, shit, how have you done that? So, trust me, he thought about the signing, and he thought about the opportunities afterwards. So it's not a bad move he's done.
Obviously, you can't speak about the signings without them being announced, but are these signings heavyweights, and is that what could have attracted Joseph Parker to sign in with Boxer, as well as the money, obviously?
Yeah.
Look at that face. Look at that face. He's trying to keep him quiet there. Okay, before Johnny Nelson says any more, I'll let him go, get on to his Sky duties. Thank you very much for speaking to the Boxing Voice, and speak soon.
Please, see you then.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, Johnny.